little bit of structure, don't we? As we run up into the 618, what do we see? A little bit of structure. Okay? Resistance, previous structure support, resistance, previous resistance, likely to be resistance. And so there are some advantages it gives you. So this to me, is there ever a time that I wouldn't take this trade? With a risk reward like this, with the market down at structure, with that very deep decompletion of this particular pattern, is there any way, any reason that I wouldn't take that trade? No. If I know that 6 or 7 out of every 10 times I take this trade, I'm going to produce a profit, and I've got a 2-to-1 risk reward profile, isn't that the way we want it to work? The guys, listen to me. Stop worrying about the pattern, okay? Because I got guys, oh, explain the rules. How do I identify the impulse leg, okay? This is what I want you to pay attention to. I'm asking you some very specific questions here, okay? There are only 2 things that you really need to know when making a trading decision, okay? Well, you've got entry, stops, and targets. You need to know where you're getting in, where you're getting out. But when making a determination is what is my risk reward profile? And then what's the percentage of time that I'm right? Okay? Ask those 2 questions. How many people in this room right now know the answer to those 2 questions? Every time they take a trade, what is my risk reward? And what percentage of the time am I right? Do I produce a profitable trade? If you know those 2 questions, and those 2 numbers produce a positive expectancy in your trading, then there's only one reason you're not successful. It's because you can't follow the plan. You need to start working on your psychology. You need to start spending some time with somebody who can help you with that, to work with you on following those rules every single day. Okay? But I would venture to guess that 99.9% of the people in this room do not have any idea what those numbers are for themselves. We're going to look at this in just a minute, but I want to have it here just in case. Okay? It's the key. It's everything. Whether you're trading a pattern, whether you're coming in and Akil's going to, talk about the DSR levels and basic support and resistance type trading, it doesn't matter which one. You got to know those 2 things. And the only way you know those 2 things is by going through your rule set. What is your ROE? What are your rules of engagement? What are the rules that determine when you enter and when you exit a trade? Because in this pattern formation, guys, there are specific Fibonacci retracements and extensions for each one of these legs. Like, I know where the AB has to retrace to. There's very specific rules. We'll start talking about if-then syntax a little later on this week, maybe even today if we have time. But let's take a look at just how valuable this can be in a current trade, okay, or a pending trade. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to delete all this stuff off of my chart so we can walk back through the market step by step, okay? Now, I have an initial impulse leg, don't I? Then I have a retracement. I have another retracement. And then I have a press down, okay? This is another potential advanced pattern. This is what we call a bat pattern. Without going too deep into the rules at this point, what I'm basically looking for is I'm looking for an 886 retracement of the X to A leg. Okay, I know this is going to be confusing for some of you. Just stick with me. So I was looking for the market to come down here and complete, and complete a pattern formation. Everybody tracking with me so far? What I wanted the market to do was come down here into the 886